رسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. عباد الله، أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي بتقوى الله الذي إليه معادنا والذي عليه حسابنا والذي لا تخفى عليه خافية من أعمالنا لا في ليل ولا في نهار. وأحذركم وأحذر نفسي من عقابه الذي لا انقطاع له على من استوجبه. وأحثكم وأحث نفسي وتزود من هذه الدنيا البالية الفانية بالعمل التقوى والعمل الصالح. قال سبحانه وتعالى في محكم كتابه المجيد: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، واعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا وبالوالدين إحسانا وذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين والجار ذي القربى والجار الجنب والصاحب بالجنب. صدق الله العلي العظيم. تشير هذه الآية المباركة إلى أمر مهم في حياة الإنسان المسلم المتحرك إلى الله سبحانه وتعالى، والذي يعتقد حتما جزما أنه ملاقيه وإن طال عمره. يا أيها الإنسان إنك كادح إلى ربك كدحا فملاقيه، قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم. This is our fate. We are sure going to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this fact we need to put it always in our mind. Even if you see your life or your age come long, don't let that dunya and that life make you forget about that day when you will go to see and to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you will leave everything behind you. هذه الآية الشريفة تشير إلى أمر مهم في حياة الإنسان المسلم، وقد تكون أهميتها لا تقل عن أهمية الصلاة والصيام. لا بل أن هذه العبادات الصيام والصلاة والحج إنما شرعت لتحقيق هذا الغرض الآخر، وهو الالتفات إلى المنظومة الاجتماعية التي تحيط بالإنسان. ولا يمكن الوصول إلى الله سبحانه وتعالى فقط عن طريق الصلاة والصيام وعن طريق الحج. كما يقول بعض العلماء أن الذي يظن أنه سوف يصل إلى الله سبحانه وتعالى من دون بالصلاة والصيام فقط، من دون الالتفات إلى الأمور الأخرى التي لأجلها وضعت الصلاة والصيام، هو كالطالب الذي يدرس طيلة السنة ولا يجلس إلى الامتحان. الذي يقرأ طيلة السنة ويدرس جسمه يكون مؤهل للامتحان، لكن هو للأسف لا يجلس للامتحان. Those who are praying hard, fasting hard, reading Quran hard, don't miss Hajj, but if they don't pay attention to the goal and to the end of those ibadat, which I mean relation to others, respecting the others, ulama saying as if like the student who study hard but he will not sit for the exam. Our prayer, our fast, solely established and ordered by Allah, so our relation to others will be good, so we can reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through our ibadat and through serving others and serving our community. إن عدد الطرق إلى الله بعدد أنفاس الخلائق. لا يظن الإنسان أنه يستطيع أن يصلي ويصوم ويعتزل الناس ثم يقول أنني يمكن أن أصل إلى الله سبحانه وتعالى. الإمام أمير المؤمنين عندما جاءه ذاك الصحابي وقال له أن الله قد وفقني وأعطاني ورزقني من المال ما يكفي وأريد أن أعتزل الناس وأذهب إلى قمة الجبل وأعبد الله. فقال له الإمام أمير المؤمنين إذا يذهب عقلك، يعني أنت راح تصير مثل ما نقول هيام، راح تكون مجنون، لن تصل إلى الله سبحانه وتعالى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Imam, always teaching us. In one riwayah saying, when you want to know the mu'min, whether he is good mu'min or not, don't look how much he prays, don't look how much he fasts, don't look how much he reads Quran al-Kareem. Look at him, how he speaks. Is he telling the truth? الصدق، انظروا إلى صدقه في الحديث ووفائه بالأمانة. Look at his behavior. Look how he's going to tell the truth and fulfill his promise. If you are a mu'min and you're praying a lot, and that praying is not changing your behavior to good, that prayer is not a prayer. من لم تنهه صلاته عن فحشاء وعن منكر فليست هي بصلاة. If that prayer is not a prayer, then only you will have the exertion and the tiredness from it. And they said the malaika, the angel, will take it as a dirty cloth and will throw it on you. تلف كما تلف الخرقة البالية وترمى على صاحبها. So one important thing, if we are good women, to pay attention to this social activities. And in this ayah, the Quran Kareem mentions men. Good, being good to our father, being good to our relative, being good to the orphans, being good to the maskeen, poor people, and being good to your neighbors. And in this ayah, Al-Quran al-Kareem mentions neighbors twice. Al-Jari al-Qurba wal-Jari al-Junub. As if that subject is so important to an extent that the Quran needs to say it in details, talking about neighbors who are at the same time your relative and neighbors who are not your relative. And you might ask why we need to mention those two kinds, and both are your neighbors. And the Quran Kareem sometimes to show the importance of one subject and being higher to others, that they talk in this one ayah, which talk about many subjects, talk in details about one subject. يعني هذه الآية الكريمة تتكلم عن اعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا وبالوالدين إحسانا وبذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين. عدة مواضيع تذكرها الآية وتختزلها في آية واحدة، وإن كانت هذه المواضيع من الأهمية على قدر كبير، لكن فقط عندما نصل إلى الجار وشبه هذه الآية تتخلى عن عادتها وتدخل في تفاصيل الجيرة. So, looking after your neighbor is one of very important teachings in Islam, and one of criteria, one of good behavior, Muslim known, very well known about it. Rasul Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam used on his bed while he is leaving this dunya, turning his face to his children, to his sons and daughters, and he gave them his will, and he said that wasiyah, Allah Allah fi jiranikum فإنهم وصية نبيكم فما زال يوصينا بهم حتى ظننا أنه سوف أو سيورثهم الإمام أمير المؤمنين. He told his sons and daughter on his bed while he's leaving this dunya that you need to look after your neighbor, Allah, by asking to look after your neighbor, because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has asked the Muslims and taught the Muslims that in Islam, looking after neighbor are very important, and that to an extent, Amir al-Mu'mineen used to say, we have here Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asking us to look after our neighbors time and time to an extent that we thought he will put them in the level of those who are going to inherit us. حتى ظننا أنه سوف يورثهم. وعن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم قال: حرمة الجار على الإنسان كحرمة أمه. There is no person important for the human being other than his mother. And you know that story when a man came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and asked him, Ya Rasulullah, awsini, teach me. And Rasulullah told him, look after your mother. ثم قال ذلك الشخص awsini. So he told him, look after your mother. And he asked him for the third time, awsini. And for the third time, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, look after your mother for 3 times. And in this riwayah, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam putting the neighbor importance at the same level of man-mother importance. حرمة الجار على الإنسان كحرمة أمه. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فلا يؤذي جاره. Anybody who's really sincere in his belief, sincere in his faith, in believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in believing in the day after, he need to watch and he need to look after his neighbor. This is a very important sign of being good mu'min. And Rasulullah and the Imam زين العابدين في رسالة الحقوق يشير إلى بعض حقوق الجار فيقول: أما حق جارك فحفظه ضاربا. One of his right on you, one of your duty toward him, to look after him while he is absent. It means sometimes he leaves his house, sometimes he leaves his belonging beside you. You need to look after him and after his house on his absence. And here they have very beautiful tradition to have that what we call social association. They have neighbor watch. إذا تشوفون بعض البيوت يخلون هذه القطعة الصغيرة مكتوب عليه neighbor watch، أن يتعاهد الجيران فيما بينهم بأنه إذا سافر أحد الباقي الجيران يراقبون المنطقة ويراقبون بيته. في كثير من الأحيان تجدهم يضعون المفتاح، مفتاح الدار، عند الجار يتابع أمور جاره. This is very good tradition, and I would like to ask all brothers to join that neighbor watch and to see who is in your neighbor in charge of that. That neighbor watch not only looking after your house when you are absent, looking after you and your belongings when you go to work, and they watch if there is somebody, foreigner, coming or during the day to deal very suspicious activity. ويقول الإمام وإكرامه شاهدا. If he is there and you see him, you need to show and being generous to him, and you need to respect him. وإكرامه شاهدا ونصرته إذا كان مظلوما. You need to support him if somebody oppressed him, and this is very important. If comes somebody to create problem and you go into the street, other neighbor come to the street, and when that man who want to attack him or want to hurt him and want to do anything bad to him, when you see all neighbor came out and they watch and to see what he is going to do, sure that invader or that man will hesitate to do any harm to your neighbor. وَنُصْرَتُهُ إِذَا كَانَ مَظْلُومًا وَلَا تَتَّبِعْ لَهُ عَوْرًا. Don't look for something bad in his life. Don't look for some news from his family. If you live with a neighbor beside you, you know you are 24-hour beach beside other. And sometimes you hear them shouting, they will hear shouting. Sometimes by coincidence you hear some story from them. Sometimes you know they are doing something, bringing to the house something. You need to be careful not to take that information and that news and you spread it. When you live to your neighbor, don't let him know that your friend know everything about him. احنا للاسف بعض المرات ان تكون جارا لاحد ما يدخل عليك شيء، ما يطلع من عندك شيء، ما تصير لك قصه، ما يجي خطاب، ما يمر لك احد الا وباقي الجماعه داروا فلانه وجو فلان وفلان اشترى فلان وطب اليوم جاب مسواق كبير. كل هذه ليست من آداب المسلمين. This is not from Islamic teaching to spread the news which you got about your neighbor. وَإِنْ عَلِمْتَ عَلَيْهِ سُوءًا سَتَرْتَهُ عَلَيْهِ. We need to hide, we need to keep quiet about it. Even if you know many things, you should not tell them others about it. That is why some ulama, they said it is not recommended when you want to get married to ask the hand of his daughter to your son. It is not good to go and to ask the neighbor about them. Go to ask other people. Don't go and ask the neighbor, because neighbor it means themselves. يقولون الجار كأنما هو العائلة يعرف كل شيء. ولذلك استشارك أحد في قضية زواج من جيرانك يجب أن تقول لهم لا اسألوا غيري، ليس من الصحيح أن تسألوني لأنني أنا أطلع على كل شيء. فليس في كثير من الأحيان ليس هذا هو معنى الاستشارة. معنى الاستشارة ما يطفو على السطح الاجتماعي، أما ما يحصل في الداخل هذا ليس من السطح الاجتماعي. ولذلك لو فرضا أن إنسانا له جار والعياذ بالله يرتكب معصية، يشرب الخمر وهو جار له، يقولون لا يجوز له أن يذهب ويشهد عليه بهذه المعصية إلا أن. لماذا؟ لأن هذه المعصية لم تصل إلى السطح الاجتماعي. والسطح الاجتماعي متى يحدد؟ في قضية مثلا شرب الخمر ب2، في السطح الاجتماعي يحدد في الزنا ب4. فإذا لم تصل إلى السطح الاجتماعي لا تعاقب. So when it doesn't come that's into the level of the society, it is not good. You spread, it is not allowed in Islam for you to for Muslims to spread those news. So if your neighbor commit a sin, you need to be careful. Sometimes if you spread that news, they will punish you. If he drink, for example, astaghfirullah, if he drink wine, and this is haram in Islam, but nobody know about him, but because you are his neighbor, and you heard him at night when he drank, then you know he's drinking. You should not say that. Once you say that, they will punish you. Until two persons have heard him or saw him drinking, not only heard him. Look how Islam very sensitive in that regard. وَإِنْ عَلِمْتَ أَنَّهُ يَقْبَلُ نَصِيحَتَكَ نَصَحْتَهُ فِي مَا بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ. So if he commits something and you think he needs an advice and he will accept your advice, then go and advise him. And in that regard, there's one important point. When you advise him, don't come in front of all people when you are gathered or sitting together and you advise him. Go and take him alone and advise him. هذه نقطة جدا مهمة. الكثير من المؤمنين يريد أن ينصح أخاه المؤمن فينتظر حتى تكتمل الجلسة ويكون الجالسون جميعا موجودون ثم ينصحه أمام أخوانه. وهذه مكيدة من الشيطان يخدعنا بأننا نعمل شيء جيد ولكن في الواقع نحن نفضح هذا الأخ. When you want to advise him, don't advise him in front of others. Take him aside and tell him, I have seen you doing that, or you have me acting that. So this is the teaching in Islam. And الإمام يقول ولا تسلمه عند شديده. يعني عندما تراه يقع في أمر خطر يحتاج في مرض في شدة يجب أن لا تسلمه. And this is very important in Islam. As if you have Islamic duty toward your neighbor, that when he being in desperate situation, you should not leave him alone. It is your duty to help him and to support him. وأن تقيل عثرته وتغفر ذنبه. One of your duty is to forgive him when he commits sin against you and accept his forgiveness. And this is very important. الإمام الكاظم عليه السلام يقول ليس حسن الجوار كف الأذى ولكن حسن الجوار الصبر على الأذى. It is not being good to your neighbors, not only you don't harm him, you don't hurt him, you don't cause a problem to him. Husn al-jiwar, also being patient to him, tolerant to him. So when he commits a sin or hurt you, you are patient and you accept his forgiveness. And this is very important. And this subject, and as we know that from Islam, anything important in Muslim life, it has its effect on our life. تعلمنا صلة الرحم بالقضية اجتماعية، لكن صلة الرحم لأنها قضية اجتماعية تطيل العمر. كثير من العبادات المهمة تؤثر في حياة الإنسان. We have known that from Islam. Anything, alaykum salam, important Islam, you will see it touch your life. And as we have seen in Silatul Rahim, being good to your parent, being good to your parent and relative, how your life become lonely. Also, in case of neighborhood and neighbor, also we have many riwayat talking about that issue, saying if you are good to your neighbor, your life will be long. If you are good to your neighbor, your rizq, your income will be more. If you are good to your neighbor, your life will be happy. عن الإمام الصادق عليه السلام عليكم قال حسن الجوار يزيد في الرزق. One way of increasing your income is to be good to your neighbor. ولذلك عندما يقول واحد إنسان عندما تشتد عليه الأمور بس يروح يدور بالسوق، لا، if you face difficulty in rizq, in the world, not only you go to look for work, go and look for work, but pay sadaqah, pray namaz al-shab. One of it to be good to your wife. One of it is to be good to your neighbors. And that is why, as we have said that many times, mu'min can change in his life much, much more than those non-mu'min. Non-mu'min will go only to check with the bank, to consult with the business people, and to go and find a work very hard. But mu'min, as well as that, he will pay sadaqah, he will be good to his parent, he will be good to his wife, he will pray namaz al-shab, salatul layl, and he will be good to your neighbor. So it is very beautiful when you say salam to your neighbor and be good, and your neighbor will ask, what happened? Those days you are good to me. So you tell them, look, I have problem with the income, and I am good with you now to make my income, my rizq kathir. This is a very good way in between Muslims. Also, عن الإمام الصادق حسن الجوار يعمر الديار ويزيد في الأعمار. ولذلك, because being neighborhood and having neighbors is very important in Islam, and having unity, Islamic teaching us. When you want to choose a place to live, always look and check about your neighbor. Al-Imam يقول الجار قبل الدار. Go and ask about some neighbor. Say and check what is how you are there. This is very important. Maybe back home we haven't seen, although back home I have found that over, but here we have seen this very important. You know, we come foreigner, we don't know the Dublin, and immediately we look for a place to stay anywhere. And after a while, we discovered that in Dublin we have good place and we have bad area. And in the bad area, we discovered not only that area is bad, the school is bad in that area, the children is bad in that area, are bad in that area, which make really very, and that is why our advice always, please, our brothers, maybe when you arrive for the first time, you need to settle quickly, but after that, check about the area. See where your children can grow and can be raised up healthy. See if the school in that area is good. The problem which we have got with our children always, because of the region where that family live and the school where you put your children. And I have asked our brothers always, try to spend more money on residence and school, and try to take that money from the money which you devoted for food and for grocery or for clothes. Took from that money and put it on the money of the residence. Because as you know, some good places are very expensive. Yes, and that is why here they make it very expensive, because the area is good for children, the school good for children. Not only food and snacks are important to the children. The place where they stay, where they play, and which school they join. So try to, if you don't have enough money, to take that money from the food, from the clothes, and put it on the money where you rent or where you buy a good house, and where you put in a good school. Really, I was astonished that my children told me sometime that there are some students that come very far places in Dublin. They took 2 buses to reach the school. I told them, why? They said, because the school at their place is not good, so they come to this school. And sometimes they come from outside Dublin, which is very important. This is what we can say about being good to our neighbor. Here in Ireland, I think we need to pay attention. It is very important to see your neighbor. It is not good that we live years and we don't know about our neighbors. We don't say, this is a duty in Islam. And don't say there is a big difference between Muslim and non-Muslims. No. Al-Quran, when he talk about neighbor in general, he didn't say Muslim neighbor. He gives details about neighbors who are relative and neighbors who are not relative. Try to communicate with them. Yes, the most important neighbor are the people who are beside you. And each person, at least, he got 2 or 3. One on left, one on right, and one behind on your back. But in some riwayat, they said neighbors to 40 houses. 40 houses this side, 40 houses left side, 40 houses in front of you, 40 houses. But let us accept that riwayah which says the one on your right side, and the one on left side, and the one in front of your door, or maybe the one behind us, because here the wall is not high sometimes. So try to introduce yourself to them, and it's very good when you move to the new house for the first time, try to introduce yourself to your neighbor. Tell them, I moved to this house, I'm from that country, I'm coming here for studying, or like this. They will find it very good from you. And especially try to exchange or send them card on Christmas, on Easter. If you know their birthday, also do some chapati, some spicy food, give it to your neighbor, or if you are from Saudi Arabia or Khalij, send some kapsa, some ligemat, وهكذا يعني شيء, and tell them this Iraqi food, this is Pakistani food, this is, they will like it. If people are good here, educated, they like the multi-culture. And we found that this is the good way even to introduce your religion to them. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يجعلنا ويوفقنا لذلك. عباد الله، لنا الموعظة وأحسن الحديث كتاب الله يقول بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. صدق الله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه وأعوذ بالله من شر أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وبارك على محمد وآل محمد وترحم على محمد وآل محمد وتحنن على محمد وآل محمد كأفضل ما صليت وباركت وترحمت وتحننت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك سميع مجيب الدعاء. اللهم صل على إمام المتقين ورسول الدين وأمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام. وصل على الصديقة الطاهرة فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين من الأولين والآخرين. وصل على سبطي الرحمة وإمام الهدى الحسن والحسين سيد شباب الجنة. صل على أئمة المسلمين علي بن الحسين زين العابدين ومحمد بن علي الباقر وجعفر بن محمد الصادق وموسى بن جعفر الكاظم وعلي بن موسى الرضا ومحمد بن علي الجواد وعلي بن محمد الهادي والحسن بن علي العسكري والحجة القائم المهدي. اللهم انصرهم نصرا عزيزا وافتح لهم فتحا يسيرا واجعل لهم من لدنك سلطانا نصيرا. اللهم صل على محمد. 3 points. We have the first point, a beautiful story happened yesterday in the Islamic school when as a young student attacked our children and telling them, you are Shiite, you are Kafir. As you have heard maybe many times this story, and this shows how much those extremists, they talk against the Shiite inside their houses and with their family, to an extent that their children also their heart full of hatred. So our children, in a group, in a very beautiful way, civilized way, they went to the principal in the school and they told her that student always attacking us and causing us problem regarding religion. And the principal was very kind, and she called upon him and she punished him, and she called his family today and she talked to their family. I decided to mention the story because we are going to face, or we are facing this, or we have hearing this story many times. And that's why I call upon our brothers, always teach your children how to respect others, how to respect other faith, how to respect other culture, how to respect other race, other sex, it is a kind of racism, it is a kind of extremism, always to fill the heart of your children with hatred against them. Imagine 10-year-old, 10 years of age, born, very young, he came to attack the children and telling them, you are not Muslim, you are praying by wrong way, you cry for Imam Hussein, but you killed Imam Hussein. Exactly what يعني بالضبط مثل ما تشوف قناة من القنوات مالتهم يعني. Well, sure, this child, he didn't get it by himself. He listened to his parent, always talking, to an extent that this young boy full of hatred. So also we need to educate our children how to respond to those kind of attacks, to show the civilized face of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. And I'm very grateful to the parents of those children, and I will pray inshallah to them that they raise their children by this way, so they respond by this very civilized way. Although I know the principle and I am aware that she knows now the behavior between different. And next week also we are invited to the farewell reception for the old principal, Mr. Megley. I would like also from the member of Al-JUMAH to pay tribute to him and thank him for this long years directing and controlling, managing the school, and he was very nice, very good, and he was aware also about this program. And inshallah, if they invited me to give a speech in his ceremony, I will mention this point regarding this point. The second point, as you have heard, how Fine lost the election by this way, and Fine Gael is going to form the government, and this is for us, let us hope and let us pray that will change the situation in Ireland to a better life and improve the economy, and inshallah this also will be good to us. We are part of this society. If the economy is not good here, it means we are not going to work, everything's affecting us. So when you pray for good economy to yourself and to your country, you can include Ireland in that, inshallah. And the third thing which you have here, what is going on in the Middle East, in Bahrain, in Yemen, in Libya. Let us pray that those people, those nations will get their freedom. I will pinpoint also to one sectarian, ugly things. You see, the Arab media concentrating on Libya, Yemen, but nobody talk about Bahrain. Although demonstration in Bahrain much bigger, huge in number than in Yemen or in Jordan or elsewhere, but nobody keep quiet about that, as if, as I have said many times, if you are really after freedom or dignity, you need to care of others' freedom and dignity. Once you don't care others' freedom and dignity, mean you are not after your freedom and dignity. Freedom and dignity cannot be brought by hatred. What they are showing us is a kind of hatred. They are supporting demonstration and they're talking about democracy in Yemen and Jordan, in Egypt and Libya, but when they reach Bahrain, they will talk about sectarianism and Iran and the Shia by this way. So let us, inshallah, pray for our people, our brothers and mu'minun in Bahrain and everywhere, and let us pray also for the Muslims in Libya and Egypt and everywhere, inshallah. They will know, alaykum salam, there. We also pray for our brothers and our sisters who are in hospital, and pray for our students, pray for our sons and daughters. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين في كل مكان. اللهم اخذ الكفار المنافقين وإن كيدهم بالإسلام إلى نحورهم. اللهم احفظ شبابنا وثبت قلوبنا وقلوبهم على دينك. اللهم انجح طلبتنا. اللهم شافي مرضى المؤمنين والمؤمنات وخاصة المأمورين منهم. عباد الله، نعم الموعظة وأحسن حديث كتاب الله يقول: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. صدق الله العلي العظيم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وأقم الصلاة.